Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chosen of God 6K 2v2. We're on the second round of the finale here. We just saw Team Minds on Comms Off become victorious in the first round against Team ONYX. Both Quiz and WZ Snipes managed to make a dominating performance in that first round, so I imagine that both Spadicy and Mr. Meanie are going to want to claw back for a 1-1 so they can keep in this tournament to a third round. I'm joined by Darg.
Hello!
And Tuna.
Greetings.
And we are now playing on Arroyo, another map made by Kyle, and one of my personal favorites. Otherwise, I wouldn't have added it to the tournament. We're going to be seeing how both these teams play out. I'm very excited. Yeah, what do you guys think of that previous round?
Monitors.
Monitors. Yeah,
More like,
as we can see, monitors are dominating in this current iteration of the game.
more like monsterators.
I feel like you can summarize last round as ANS played smart, and then OSP just took a sledgehammer to it. So
Yeah.
see it work out.
Yeah, that's the thing about the very survivable brick that can take good fights at long range is you can all those, like, on the open maps at least, all those cute beam destroyer positions, just kill them. All the Axford gaming that relies on the long range and the careful and correct engagements, just kill them. Remove tactics.
There's a reason I haven't been playing 450 Axfords.
Yeah. I think part of it has to do with the 6K format allowing people to have, because normally you have to coordinate with other monitor blobs, and we've seen that before. I remember one game that was on Arroyo actually. That was 3 monitor blobs in a Coliseum match, and the 3 coordinated really well, and they're able to just instantly delete anything coming out of the woodwork. But it's a lot easier to do that when you don't have to coordinate between 3 people. Oh yeah, Lobster mentioning Snipes' naming. And yes, it is quite good. This could have been more missiles. I wish I was yumming. 1400 hours, look where we are. Oh, very good names.
How many ships do they have? I
don't know. ANS has a ton.
I only see like 4 or 5. So either they haven't placed them all, or there's some very expensive.
I think he might be doing the battleship, the double battleship again.
Distinct possibility. I think versus monitors, double BBB is
double gun
a really
BB.
good idea. Double gun BB is... I don't know. I feel like that's a huge gamble, is the problem
There
with that.
they are. It is the gun BBs.
Oh my god. Alright, well, we're gonna find out if I'm gonna eat my words, or if it's gonna go well, or what.
I would like to see you eat your words.
I would like to eat.
They're not approved by it.
Alrighty.
So we have dropped down here with ANS, the double gun battleship. Interruption, defenders, soft kill, bullseye. No rear gun on either of these. Oh my, these are much like the Axfords. Extremely greedy builds. Meant to fight nose on, and they're heavily reliant on soft kill. Less than 100 points invested in hard kill on each of these battleships. That's so beyond cursed, dude. I mean, it might go off fine. He's also got a... Oh, what is this? 450 beam, 120 interruption Axfords. Again, basically no hard kill on this. Just relying on that chaff. And then a couple of walk vets to support. Snipes bringing to a 6,000 point game, a whopping 5 vessels. Which is, I mean, to be fair, that's more than you see in the average pub match per ANS player, but that's still not that many ships. Quiz, as always, bringing the cap game. He's got an anchor Axford with sidearms, stone walls, bullseye, 450 guns. This thing can do everything. Support the fleet quite effectively. It's got a missile. What is this? Rains.
Oh, a load of ANNs coming in. I don't think these nubs are going to get through. Oh, no.
The stage.
Whoa, what's going on? What's going on? I'm going through.
The shuttle.
Nice.
That's gonna
Not
penetrate.
enough, though.
It's damage.
A lot of blind yub going out of both these teams. We got the Mauled Eagles, the same S2 monitor build, headed for the Bravo point. I think it's a little late getting snapped off, though. I think the Sprinter is going to be able to secure the Bravo point before those missiles get there. But we're going to follow these in while we continue going through Quiz's fleet. He's got the Machine in the Cringe, 2 beam ships. One is your standard goalie. The other one is nearly naked and really just there to deliver the beam. Spyglass Pinard ship. Where are these missiles going? They're going for the Delta Point, but they're actually going to slam to the wall. Just barely missing the wall.
That was the missile doing it. That wasn't the plotting.
That is some risky business. AMM's coming out of this sprinter, though. Looks like Quiz has studied his past opponents. He knows this is an option. Gonna be able to capture that Delta Point just fine. Counter battery going out some more. We haven't even gone through half the ships in this game.
They wait for no one. The violence begins.
Indeed. Coliseum, man, we've been playing Dominions lately, and it's just been pure violence, and it's pure violence here, too.
There is a second tug coming.
Oh, yep, just for a moment.
Second tug has hit the Echo Point. The Charlie Point is also no longer being captured. OSP on the back foot already. We're seconds into the game. We haven't even finished the introductions here. Okay, Quiz. Missile gun. These are rocking torpedoes and a tiny bit of S3Hs for cap control. It's got 4 of these scattered across the map, plus 2 nearly naked capping ships. Okay, we can now get to the OSP side of the map. We've got Spicy, he's got quad bulk freighters, 1 Plasma 100, 1 250, another Plasma 100 with a focus on the 100 instead of the Plasma, and okay, 3 of these. He's dropped one of the 250 bulk freighters and replaced it for more Plasma. 1 pure Plasma, we call those Tronglers. It's got a pinpoint, not using the shuttle. I guess it has radar this time. No, okay, there it is. There's a Sentinel ship.
They want it. Oh my god.
Oh,
absolutely charging the A-cap, but the 100mm vessel is getting into the range. Or is this the 250? No, this is 250 ship. It's going to struggle a little bit against the sprinters. They are going to be able to secure that A-cap, though. Eventually, it's going to be quite expensive. Shuttle.
Expensive shuttles.
Dead shuttle. T-20. Okay, so nearly naked capping ship, or I guess a standard camping ship. 1 MMT, 1 LRT, which was forced to jump onto the Echo Point and capture it, and then a couple of nearly naked shuttles spread around the map. Mr. Meanie has an MMT and a bunch of monitors, though not nearly as many monitors as we saw last game. He's got a mine monitor with some cap controlling capabilities, the S2 launching missile monitor, and 4 of these all-rounder monitors, and then the E-War device, or the Eye of Sauron, 2 EWRs, 1 LRT, a GM shuttle escorting the monitor blob, and that's all the ships in this game. The Alpha Point, it does go to ANS, but they lose 2, like, 800-point sprinters. These are very expensive.
800 point.
I don't know, man. I have no idea how much sprinters are these days, I swear to God. The missiles...
Reinforced sprinter here.
100 mil going into a chaff cloud. Whoops. And it's going to eat 450 fire in return. Double 450 Solomons. This is going to have a crazy amount of output, especially if these are gun maxed instead of track correlated spyglass. And it looks like, yeah, parallax on 1 and parallax on the other. So they are going hard on the guns. Still, 4 is more than enough. It's more than you get with a bunch of track correlators. The beam going out on the Kingstead.
Not the best. Oh, very bad aiming angle. There we go. Much better.
But it's okay. Still dumping damage into the command stack.
That is missing the. Oh yeah, that's sadly
missing the hitbox entirely.
Whoa! EO Atlatl fired at a shuttle.
And it's gonna land. It absolutely dodged all the AMMs.
Unfortunately, not knocking anything out, but taking out some thrusters, and of course lowering the health on that engine. It can't run away though, and another EO might hit it. It might use its weave to hit the rock though. You might see that happen.
It's gonna be close. All right, there it goes, right into the lunette.
Knocking out all the guns in the mount, yeah, down to a basic CIC and over internals.
450 Solomons now engaging the monitor blob on the side of the map, or perhaps the Bardiche. Yeah, the Bardiche getting shelled. Solomons, orbital Solomons. You don't hear that very often, but these absolutely able to exert pressure and just dump out the 450 like no other ship.
Bardiche's radar is damaged, that CR-10. Theoretically, they could knock out the CR-10 and just destroy the mine trap.
Oh, yeah, it's extremely unlikely. Given the position of the antenna on the monitors, it almost never gets shot out. The top radar and the CR10 are basically immortal. Anything put up in the bridge on the monitor is
the
extremely
missiles
rare.
are
Missile command missiles, they're just missing. Yep, they're
waypointed way past. Not even aimed at them.
Yeah.
They would have seen it in missile cam, I believe, which would be very frustrating.
Where are these going? Oh, they're going after the beam destroyer, but I don't think this angle. I don't think they're gonna hit.
Whoa!
my
They're
God.
doing
Oh,
They
the
all
coin
validated.
too wide. Soft kill by the Nahui.
Oh, and they changed anyways.
They go going around for another pass. They do spot the beam destroyer now, just taking a bit of a scenic route. I hope they have enough fuel to make it to this ship. Be immensely
showing
frustrating. Oh
Big
man, the
lost its
Pavises.
They're gonna hit anyways. They were just
Yeah, a couple
doing
lands on
tricks.
top. And absolutely kick flipping the
It's like an ant
the
death spiral.
missiles there.
Bardiche is dead. Very, very... Oh, didn't get its CR10 knocked out in time, so that's good. Mines are still active on the point.
As we've seen before, mines on the Charlie Point here on Arroyo, extremely powerful. It's almost impossible to destroy those. They can't really be RPF, they can't really be A&Ms, and you're just within range of the C point. You can actually beam them, which is very funny. It's almost impossible to do, because why would your beam Solomon ever be up there? But you can absolutely beam mines in positions like that. Some more S2s going after the machine.
Yeah, these are gonna... Oh yeah, no. Gonna probably... Oh no, this is a bottom-mounted defender. It might
Doesn't
take the
matter,
kill.
just enough weave on them to get through.
Yeah, that's a
Big
knockdown.
damage on that destroyer.
Does it have a second basic? It does not. So yeah, this is out for the count. They cannot be used anymore as a beam weapon. MMT here on the bottom, getting hit by some of these 100 mils, 120 mil sidearms that Quiz has, and the 450. Drive's been knocked out. That's a dead MMT in a moment. Other monitors swinging around here, trying to get towards the B point, but they are going to meet their quote-unquote counter. This beam 450 Axford is designed specifically to deal with monitor balls, usually played in a pair by snipes. I've seen them do very good work against them before.
I don't know, man. I think this is, really questionable.
It works.
I feel like this just dies to monitors.
You just get stuck in, you beam the front, you kill the C90, then you move on with the beam and shoot another one with the C90. I mean, with the beam.
Unfortunately, the Solomon's able to just take the center of the map. The monitor is forced on this crazy wide flank, spending a ton of time outside of the engagement zone. Because of the position of the Solomons, they're going to be able to loop around and maybe get onto the Bravo point, but I feel like these just get ruined if they get within 10 kilometers of these battleships.
Is being detected. It hasn't fired all of its missiles. It still has 48 missiles in there. And if it does get, say, torped or something... Oh!
Big size 3 Yub just got fired at the Throngler at the bottom of the map. It's EO validated, so that's not going to get soft killed, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, man. We don't see much EO Val flying around these days, which is strange because it's really strong. I think ARAD Val is sort of taking over.
Too. Those are going to hurt.
But yeah, these missiles are menacing.
Oh no. Do they have enough AMMs? Wait, where is the VL? So
I think the thing's in front. Like, these guys, I imagine they're going to be self-screening, right? The Phase 11s? We'll have to see when they turn on, I guess.
Unfortunately, arcing, so they no longer get that bow on hit.
Well, SSJs and BSSJs activate immediately out of the tubes now.
Oh,
They're going for the
decoys.
decoy.
And those are going to connect right.
Woo! Just one. Right in the drive section, though. There's another one.
All right, pretty minimal damage, all said. I mean, it took
Knocking out
out
the drive.
the reactor, but that's fixable.
Some drive, actually. This is using a jury-rigged reactor. Oh, wait, no, you're talking about the other one. Sorry, yeah. Boosted reactor on the plasma liner dead.
Yeah, not great lands out of those. You really got to bow to stern bulk critters just punching out one component, though it can be pretty good. They did kill a boosty. It's not really good enough, especially for the price of those missiles. Oh my goodness. These are like 150, 200 point volleys, man. S3H's HEKPs are so expensive.
If you look at the C point, though, you can see where it did work out because there is a monitor that has quite literally nothing but its radars left alive from an HEKP hit. So.
Oh yeah, if you get the angle right, it's quite good.
Yeah, they're beautiful, but.
Backline D point, Axford is getting mauled now. Unfortunately, having to fight both the Throngler and the 250, and its broadside on. It needs to go bow on right now, which it is doing, but it's going to start taking some pretty bad damage with this high explosive salvo, I think.
There's an EO Velstrike looking for the MLS 2 feeder right now, and I think they might find him.
Big S2 strike heading for one of the Axfords down south too.
Yes, it is.
Missiles flying all over the map.
Hasn't used any active decoys yet, and I think the ARAD Val has kicked in, and these are going to connect.
Alright, Smoking Mirrors about to get ruined by these S2s.
They're going to hit the nose.
Oh, all these killed by flak! Couple get through, land in the middle ship.
The
Good
MLS
damage.
feeder just got atomized.
Oh my god.
Sent to the Shadow Realm.
Bye-bye. HEKP good.
Oh, we still had missiles. That's going to feel bad.
Mines on Comms Off still have the cap advantage, but they've lost a few cappers. This backline Axford's getting pretty badly mauled, and they do risk losing this D point. They do have the back cap beamstone right now, and it can maul these liners if it waits for the right opportunity. It looks like they're going to have to sack this Axford. It's lost all of its restores. It can't fix any of these problems. It doesn't have a magazine anymore. It does have the bulk mag actually still. It can fight. Yeah, but it's not in a good state, and it's not going to get away from these guys.
I think he just forced away a ship.
I think Team ONYX is strategically in a really terrible position because the Solomons basically control an entire hemisphere of the map, and that is a hemisphere which has 3 points in it. 3 points which Anus is about to control. And they also have their own natural, and there's not really anything super close to it. There's the Bulwark, but that would take probably about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to get over there. Because it's got, it does have a yard and a sun drive. And there's not really anything guarding that point right now, but I don't think they know that. Oh, actually, there is
trying to deny
over there.
The C-cap, but there's now a second sprinter in there, and 450s.
Did they use the sprinter as a clear?
I don't know what happened with the mines.
Looks like there's one dead
one. We can actually go. Okay, yeah. This could have been more missiles. Ate the minefield. You can just see because these blast sides are about the size of what you get from torpedoes, maybe even a little larger, and only mines feel those kind of blast bombs.
So, sacked one to take out that whole field. Well done from ANS.
Oh yes, very nice play.
C-cap going to them now.
Yeah, they're 4-1 advantage. They got a 180 point advantage as well. And they're doing well militarily. Those Solomons are the bulk of the firepower, and they are entirely untouched. And they're in strategically a really good spot as well. OSP can't really get anything out there to deal with those at all. The missile ships might have been able to get something done, but that's dead now.
Unfortunately, the monitors, they're going to try and make a play for the B point, but at this stage, it took them so long to do anything. These monitors have just been out of the fight. They've not been able to do much.
Yeah, this
because
is...
of that, they've had all their other frontline assets either, be around, because the liners don't want to peek to 450 Solomons. Why would they ever want to do that? That's a terrible idea. And so... the one that had to try and commit to saving the C point wasn't able to do it because there are 4 sprinters on that C point now, and there was a 5th that sacrificed itself to see it happen.
I'm very surprised
2 caps split though
at the monitor play because, the Safari is what it's often called, is widely recognized as a terrible idea because you wind up out of the game for so long. I mean, it's a solid 10. Possibly 15 minutes that they just were not in the game. They were gone. This is, 1,400 points worth of ship just out of combat. And you really can't afford to do that unless you're already winning in some other way.
Missiles coming in on the B point here. Will they be able to deny the cap?
Looks like it. Oh,
Nope.
nope. Going for the
They're
jab.
being jammed.
Monitors. Grazer doing Grazer things.
Bonk.
Some hits.
On lands anyways. Ratting out a birthing. Oh,
Birthing.
no. Think of all the posters.
An ill omen. Imagine if that birthing wasn't there, what could have happened?
Yeah. A portent of things to come.
That'd be crazy if there wasn't a birthing, you know?
Wild.
Liners here not committing to the decap. I think they know that the beamstone exists. I don't see any beam damage necessarily done to either of them. Maybe they were spotted by the beamstone and beamed and scared away.
Yeah.
They do have this
EOS
sprinter or shuttle going around.
Void. I
Another
don't even know what it's targeting.
pretty hard lead editor win for Team Minds on, comms off. This time, a lot of battleships, long-range battleships, and OSB just not bringing anything to effectively deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
They could have brought like a 8-man monitor blob, like Minds on, comms off did that first game, and that might have been able to get something done. Or they could have gone really hard on the bulk freighters, but it just this like the half meat, half cap play is very safe, but it makes it a lot harder to deal with skews from strong players.
Warp coming in here. Oh, the Pavis did manage to get an arc. I don't know if it's going to be an arc this time, though. Yep, taking out the torps. Kingstead able to keep firing on the A-capper.
I think the monitors might actually be able to swing around over to the Delta point, and both factions can trade sides here. They've got the Bastion and the Bulwark headed for Delta. Cringe is down here to beam things, but it doesn't really have the capability to protect itself. It doesn't have a jammer. It's just got a bullseye, a beam, a couple of FPAs, and a front line.
E-cap is now also starting to go to Team ONYX. They could maybe swing this around perhaps, because if the BBs aren't able to get stuck in for a while, they have to either stay on one point or they can't get at the well, right now we are seeing a pretty important engagement. They've got the lock, which is what they need to get that 450 to hit the monitors. The Axford not in range, so it's pulling back. It doesn't want to get killed.
Destroyer being harried by a tug right now over by the D point. He forgot to be short it, so he's just been letting the tug shoot him for a while, but now he's
There's the B short, and that's a dead tug.
Yep.
Quite rapidly. Oh yeah. See you later.
Goodbye. Thank you for playing.
Bulwark's still going to get the cap on the Delta point, and if this beam burns itself out, it'll be able to hold that cap for quite a while. Yeah,
Well,
a little
more
too
so,
much
it's just
damage.
not looking the right direction, and its beam's sticking out.
It's
and
about to
going
eat
be
100
high
mil.
explosive. This is no,
Actually, this is
250
a 250. Oh no,
Even worse.
much
They're
worse.
not
Yeah,
there.
there it is.
Reactor's about to die. Everything's about to die here. This is a dead keystone.
Do you think it would have been better for this keystone to hit the line ship or kill that tug? Because I feel like at this point it's a cap game, right?
I
So-
don't think it knew the
it
line
just
ship was
didn't-
there.
Well, it knew something was on the D point, and it rounded the corner way too early. It should have stayed further back, then got its gun aligned. However, even if you had the gun aligned and tried to beam that cap, this liner, you know, you're poking out against a 250 liner at 4K. It's going to shoot you as much as you're going to try and shoot it, and unless you hit its 2 CICs, or I don't know, the jury-rigged reactor, you're not stopping those 50 mil high explosive rounds from hitting you.
OSP trying to get something done on the cap game. Really need a 4 cap to close this lead that ANS has developed, but I don't think they're quite going to get it. The Solomon's absolutely able to control the Alpha point and the Charlie point. Nothing really in range to capture the Bravo point, but the Solomons are chasing those monitors down. 450 fire is going to add up real quick.
Yeah, Quiz is basically out of the game here, but Quiz Snipes has pretty much their entire like main fleet at this point, and I'm just thinking that if they park these ships on a point that OSP can't do anything about it, and so, you know.
Well, OSP still does have quite a bit of plasma. We're seeing plasma come out of the Kingstead and roast the starboard side of the Miena here, and that matters. Because these monitors, if they start firing C90 fire and T30 fire into plasma areas on a battleship, they will very quickly kill them. The armor is the most important defensive capability for a battleship.
I think that LN just died for the pleasure, though. Like, it peeked out, it got plasma on, but it's now dead. Yeah, it died for that. And it really didn't get too much plasma out before doing it.
It was really in that position to try and deny the ACAP. It was forced to be there because it had to keep trying to kill the ACAP.
Alright, the Kingstead's down. These monitors do not have enough plasma fire on their own to deal with the battleships. So I think at this point, OSP's well and truly cooked. Because you genuinely just can't kill this. That plasma's going to take forever, especially Balwan, to goo up this battleship enough for the 100 mil DPS to matter. So they're really just relying on the C90 fire.
And it's 2 battleships with only 4 monitors?
Yeah, that's the problem. There's just not enough here.
There's
now,
even Axford coming in now.
If you have 8 of these, that's a real fight. Or no, it's just not enough firepower.
One thing to note is that these Solomons, they don't have a lot of damage control on them, so something like a Rail Cello would have actually been pretty valuable for OSP to bring, because, you know, they're Batwall, they're looking down onto the map, you keep hitting them with those railguns, and the amount of damage that's going to be happening on these ships, 10 DC teams is not going to be able to handle it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. These Solomons, we talked about it earlier, are extremely cheap. I think these are like just barely over 2,000 points, like 2,100 or 2,200 points.
I think they were 40 points, something like that.
Oh my god. And yeah, they're heavily reliant on the armor, which is effective if they just kill the plasma ships. But I agree, Rail Solo absolutely would have been able to punish these. But not this time.
Yeah. They're now at such a range that the Solomons, the dispersion is not, they're not going to miss. Solomons won't miss them at this range. Another problem is that there's losing the B point, and now the C point on top of that. Well, no, C point's going back to
monitors
ONYX.
Trying to stay away so that way their jamming can be effective, but they're forced to get close to control the Bravo point because they just have to have it.
Well, they're taking C, so they don't actually have to hold B. They'll still have a 3-point lead.
They still need. I'm pretty sure we're at a point where they still need 4 points to get ahead, to actually get ahead.
Yeah, they do need them.
They're not going to be able. Well, if they can stun out Bravo and take the Charlie cap, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like both teams are going to stall each other out on their opposing naturals. But OSP has managed to move a plasma vessel that got missiled earlier onto the Apple Point, and if it can start dumping out plasma on those battleships, that'll be quite good. But it looks like the battleships and the plasma vessel are obfuscated from each other. Not going to be able to engage. Now that both battleships, I think these battleships should have split up, honestly. One comes to the B point, the other floats Alpha Charlie. You lose your firepower, but you have extra cap presence. Might be able to come back from this. I would very much like to see OSP win this. I want to go to a game 3.
There is a condition where they do win this. Unfortunately, B-cap is
yeah, the monitors of Bravo are steadily dying.
Contested, but they can contest it for a bit longer. However,
they've switched to the Axford.
They had the opportunity to take the C point, but that didn't go for them.
Yeah, gotta get another point. They're gonna lose Bravo at the speed. The battleship's actually backing off of the Bravo point. Why? I think they're maybe gonna try to control Alpha.
I think they know they can't take it right now, so they're just gonna back up a little bit more so they can get better shots.
They kind of can though. Look at how fast they killed that other monitor, the Brigadier General. That's pretty good.
The one with no name is going in. I think the Mina is maybe changing directions.
Yeah, I think they were both moving, and now they've been swapped to one moving and one reversing. Miena is still, I think his net forces has it going forward because it's got no front thrusters, which means this thing is going to take an eternity and a half to get turned around.
Oh, chat suggests the BBs are they're being worried about a reactor bloom going off.
That is a good point. Yeah. Exactly,
maybe.
reactor bloom right now.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Well,
bad.
they got their
OSP's
noses
back
a little
in this.
Toasted. No, that didn't do much. That only lightly toasted the nose.
Do I get it now?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. This isn't that bad, but I think this is enough. It looks like the whole ship is roasted based on the damage to the paint job here. I think that's enough to enable 250s, but it's definitely not enough to enable 100.
Yeah, 100 mil's still bouncing, especially off the angle and everything.
Now, the MNs, on the other hand, got the bulk of that, and they are absolutely fucked. HE at this range ain't gonna be bouncing.
I think it burnt both the jammers off the shuttle too.
Oh my god! Look at the throme in the brig. The 450 shells are actually over-penetrated. Yeah, the 450 shells are over-penetrating once they hit them nose on. Oh, man, these BBs really should not both be here. OSP catching up. They've got that 4-cap lead that they needed. They're able to stall out ANS on the Bravo point. The secured Alpha, the Onager, is dipping down. So whenever a battleship tries to come over here and fight, this is not going to be able to. ANS only has the Charlie point, which is OSP's natural. But they're only 50 points ahead. OSP has a 4-1 advantage. And we're only about 250 points away from the end of this game.
The Beamaxford with the 120 mils that it will now easily pen the Monitors is about to get its guns to bear.
It will, yeah.
Why is it here? It should be going anywhere else.
That's what I was thinking. I should have been going to the A point.
I think they just want to kill the Monitors as fast as possible.
I mean, yeah, but
because
you gotta go. You got all your ships in one spot.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the plan's to like capture Bravo and then split up and grab Alpha, Delta, and Echo, because oh my god, they might be going for a military victory. They might be trying to kill all the combat capabilities.
They might think that, oh no, yeah, they might think that OSP has less than they have, but there's this one liner that's at the bottom of the map, and it's not going to die.
Yeah, they've got the Onager and the Bulwark, which are both alive, but that is it. You still might be able to kill this. We don't see military victories that often this level of play, but it is possible. It's not unheard of.
A second reactor bloom is going to kick off, I think, here.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Mr. President, a second reactor bloom, and the Axford is throwing itself onto the cap.
Well, the Axford's toast.
It's gotta go for it. It's gotta go for it. The WZS is definitely out of range, but the Miena is not. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is another roast. It's not horrible, but I think at this point, that's definitely 250 HE enabled now. The Axford is
Axford is 100 mil.
Like I like my steak.
Oof.
And the front, the side of that BB that was, I'm gonna call it sunward to that explosion, is not looking too hot either. The closer one, the Miena.
Yeah, the starboard side is pretty burnt off.
Well, they got
a lot of that's plasma too.
It does have a D point capper throwing itself towards there. It's up here. It's Qua. Yeah, it's heading towards the D point. It will take it. There's nothing in the area to deny it.
Yeah, the Miena and looks like the blank
Actually,
name.
no, they do. I think they've recognized the threat to the D point. They're sending down Onager, that Team ONYX is, sending it down to swing around and get shots into the D point. Hopefully it'll make it in time.
Chat appears to be having either convulsions or conniptions over what is occurring.
Oh no, it's based on pronunciation of quile, you know.
Comprehensible insane. The D point's going to be taken by a sprinter, deflecting the topic.
Yeah, the quad is going down to that Delta point.
Position. I
think the Bulwark and the Onager could just kill this, though. If it dips down, the Bulwark will detect it, and then both will just... Oh, no, the Onager is actually obfuscated from the Delta Point. I didn't realize that.
Well, it's deciding
hanging
not to
out
go for
in
it.
Alpha.
I think they're risking that the Bulwark on its own can kill this Capper.
It absolutely can.
Here's the
250
thing.
T20 combo is pretty good against
Yeah, it is,
sprinters.
but I've had it where I've just fired two 450, well not two 450 T20 liners into a single sprinter and it just didn't die. You know, it's just like...
Sprinter micro hurts me.
Oh man, it's locked. It's locked.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, here's what I mean though. They're not... Oh, maybe they'll start doing damage. They're firing armor piercing with the
450 just, I think, detonated
Oh,
on it.
250 AP. That's
no, they
not
needed both
good.
of them.
They
This
really
is the
needed
way-
everything to get HE. The sprinter gonna be able to capture this Delta Point, and the Bulwark
Okay.
too far away to pounce on it. Firing a Tsarbamba container after this. Oh no, it's gonna go into the ship. Oh! No, man! Side missile came off the backside of the Bulwark, slammed directly into its drive section. It killed the Sun Drive and did pretty good damage to the disabled the R drive as well.
We
Self-containered.
had a bit of a safety incident.
Yeah, whoops. That's the problem with these command backpack missiles, is if they don't stage just right, or if you aren't moving vertically, quote-unquote, relative to your own missiles, they will just slam into the body of the ship. This now trapped off the point. ANS does secure a cap. We might get another tie game. OSP is up by
I
50
will be
points, but
so
it's 3-2 off the ANS.
taking
We've
the
got
But they're taking A.
They're taking A and C at the
might-
same time.
now trading Alpha and Charlie. The Proctor, what has killed the sprinter up on Charlie?
No, the Onager
I have
might
no
stop
idea.
that. The Onager might.
Okay, I think the Onager got it actually. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wait,
just
it's
the right
actually
angle.
It's not
Onager-
gonna drift on.
Onager-
It doesn't have it.
Had its drive shot out. It's not going to be able to cover the Alpha point.
They are not restoring the drive either. They haven't recognized the problem. Oh, it is stern on though, so trying to repair the drive is just...
It's so close.
Oh man, we got tie posting in the chat.
Tie post.
No,
Please do not
I
tie
don't-
post, I beg you.
It's
Don't
not gonna be
do
a
this
tie,
to
right?
me.
I think Orange wins. Orange wins, right?
That is my official professional estimation of the
They're
scenario.
gonna cap at the same time.
Wow.
No, this is an OSP win.
I think OSP has it. Yeah. Yeah,
They
there's
just need
40
to move
points
those
ahead.
ships a little
They're
sooner.
30 points
30.
away.
Yeah, it's an OSP.
It's
win.
close.
Fine.
I think ANS is gonna get up to 15 points away, but OSP will take it in the
Man, that was
final accounting.
preventable. The ship that died on C died because they were sitting it out in the open. If they had pressed it like against the rock where like the monitor is right now, OSP wouldn't have been able to shoot it, and it could have held the point.
What an incredible
Really
game!
unfortunate.
I'm eating my words twice. I thought the double 450 battleship was kind of a throw, and then it performed really well, but some positional mistakes with those. They got a little too greedy on controlling that Bravo point, and they wound up losing both the Charlie and the Alpha point, causing ANS to lose this game by just the hair of their chinny chin chin.
They really got fixated there. They got some target fixation on those monitors and just kind of forgot about the rest of the game.
Yeah, well, I can understand it. I do really think that they had kind of forgotten about the LNs or didn't really realize the LNs were there and thought they could just close out the military victory. Which, been there, done that, made that mistake. Nah, we just kill these two ships and we win the game, you guys. But there's some, like, random-ass armed shuttle somewhere.
982 to 1,000.
That was a great turnaround there from Team ONYX. It looked very rough for them for most of that match, but they were able to just get the point lead from major slip-ups from Team Minds
Yeah,
on
both teams actually making some major positional mistakes there. I think they were having a little bit of like game sense errors, not realizing what is on the field and where it's at because the scout war out of both teams was so strong. So they were both operating from pretty poor information, and that caused them both to make bad decisions. And that is Nebulous, baby.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
god, we're going to be heading on to a third round.
Woo! Game 3 in the finals.
Yeah, game 3. We were looking for this, and we're very glad that it's going on to a third match. We're going to be playing on Honeycomb.
We might get a fourth. Those battleships dealing almost 60,000 damage between them. Just south by about 5k and pushing 56k. 13k out of the Axford. Ton of damage. Very bloody match out of everyone. The Beam Destroyer is not really able to do that much. The Missile Frigate doing 20,000 damage on its own. Very impressive considering how cheap these missiles are and how many that it
They
had.
did quite well for themselves.
Yeah, indeed.
35,000 damage on the 250 100 mil liner.
Oh boy!
500
You love
of
to
it
see
being
it.
damage to itself, however.
Yes, with that missile, whoopsie doodle, right into the dump truck ass. Good damage out of the monitors as well. Yeah, almost.
I've got to log
almost
my
30,000.
apology right there for the OSP team. I didn't think they were gonna win it, and then they pulled it out of a hat like a fucking fucked up magic trick. So props
Yeah,
to them.
indeed. Very
Alrighty.
impressive.
Let's get this third round set up. Oh god.
All right, I'm gonna close out the video. I'll be right back. That was a good game. We're headed into game 3. Sorry for the shouting. Not sorry for the shouting. Game good. We are going to the next one. This is a tournament being hosted out of Darg's Coliseum. Of course, for these last couple games, we're hosting it in the main Discord to get more people. We actually have 53 people watching this right now. If you're interested in participating in Nebulous, I highly recommend coming down to the Discord. It is a multiplayer game with a small niche community. So usually interacting with other people is the best way to find matches. Come on down to the Nebulous Discord. Come on down to my Discord where we do some of the more hardcore gaming. We communicate more in our matches. That's how we're able to produce these really high-end strategic level gameplays. I think I pronounced that wrong. For people to watch and enjoy, I have a Discord link down in the description as well as a Patreon if you're interested in supporting me financially. It's a lot of work. I've discussed this before, but Nebulous is basically a full-time job for me, and I make no money off of it, which is fine. I do this because I love it. But if you want to support a little bit, that option's there. A couple people asked for it in the past. I think I'm currently getting $6 a month. But no worries, nothing is paywalled, and I plan to never ever paywall anything ever. So there's that. Vastol, of course, is actually doing most of the hard work for this. I'm just casting and doing the video editing, but Vastol has done all the administrative stuff, which is awesome. Huge shout out to him. Thank you, man, for doing this. You're doing a great job. And this is kind of his first time doing this for Nebulous, and he was a little nervous when things were starting out, but he's definitely hit his stride, especially in these last couple matches in the semifinals and the finals. He's done such a good job of casting. We've also, of course, got Tuna here, making all this possible by being our hosting gremlin and our moderator gremlin in the event stage. We've been having some technical difficulties with the dedicated servers lately. Of course, Switchback has had such a mess of random ass problems from this patch. I think both mod makers and then like the official dedicated structure are just having some issues, and of course the Coliseum has a shitload of mods on it, so that's making it really unstable. But Tuna has been saving the day a little bit there. All the games up to the semifinals have taken place in Darg's Coliseum and have been fine, so I don't know what has changed to fuck things up. I don't know. Might be a Unity change. I don't know. And of course, thanks to you, dear viewer. Without you and your kind words, I probably would have given up on this a long time ago. It makes me very happy to make something that people enjoy. And it is time to get into the next match. I'll see you in the battle space.